Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bedrock AgentCore workshop series. I am Vijender Singh and this is Lab 7, the end-to-end cleanup. Now I know what you are thinking. Cleanup, let's skip, right? It's just deleting stuff, it's boring, it's housekeeping. But wrong. This might be most important lab in the entire series. And here's why. I want to talk about something I am genuinely passionate about, which is sustainable AI. Let me share a number that would surprise you. So a single chat GPT query uses approximately 10 times the electricity of a Google search. So we are talking about 0.01 to 0.01 kilowatt per prompt. That sounds tiny until you multiply by the billions of prompts being sent every day across the world. Some estimates put that the energy consumption of AI data center are equivalent to entire countries. So every time an agent sits idle in production, consuming compute, holding GPU memory, running health checks against endpoints nobody is calling. That's electricity being buried for nothing. Every orphaned Lambda function or every forgotten ECR image, every abandoned CloudWatch log group streaming data into the void, that's energy, that's carbon, that's the cost. And here's the question I challenge you to ask yourself. So if you are a good AI engineer, can you ask a question to Google and get your answer in 0.3 seconds with a fraction of a watt? Or do you need an LLM for that? Not every problem needs an LLM. Not every chatbot needs 175 billion parameters. Not every question needs an agent with 5 tools, memory retrieval, and a reasoning loop. Sometimes a well-indexed FAQ page is right answer. Sometimes a simple keyword solves the problem. I really enjoy this discussion about sustainable AI because it forces you to think about responsibility. We built something incredible in this workshop, but part of being a responsible AI engineer is knowing when to tear it down. So this lab is not just deleting the resource, it's a masterclass. So we'll understand what's the overall AI application cost and what to keep and what to kill and how do you clean it in a professional way. So in production, you will need to decommission agents. Models get upgraded, use cases change, customers move on. The engineer who can deploy should also have a power to decommission it cleanly. I'm again saying you can decommission, but decommissioning it cleanly is more important because it will save twice as much time compared to a person who has not worked on this application. So let's clean up responsibly. So before we delete anything, let's appreciate the footprint of what we created across 6 labs. This is your AI application resource map. And if you want to experiment more, you can feel free to go to the other labs, play around, and once you are done, then you can come back and clean this repo. So what we are going to do is that will be like easily 20 plus resources across 6 plus service. So in real production environment, you might have hundreds of resources per agent. Teams that don't track and clean up properly ends up getting surprise cloud bills. The idle runtime cost every hour. So it's also a security vulnerability when you have orphaned IAM roles or if you have given a lot of permissions to those IAM roles. Also, the other thing is it will create an operational confusion. Is this Lambda still being used? Nobody knows because you have created it. So a proper resource registry, a cleanup process isn't optional. It's an hygiene. Let me show you how to do it systematically. So in step 1, what we are doing is we are importing our cleanup utilities. We have pre-built helper function for each resource. And each function handles a specific resource type, which is memory, gateway, runtime, security, observability, local files. In production, you would have these in a decommissioning playbook and an automated teardown pipeline. Pro tip is in real systems, build your cleanup alongside your deployment. So if you create a resource in code, write the deletion code in the same PR. Because if you write when you are creating it, it's way easy to understand and it will be very helpful if you are doing it in your future. So let me quickly run this. Perfect, utilities loaded, and let's start tearing down in the right order. So one critical point before we start, order matters. You can't delete a gateway if it still has target attached. You can't delete an IAM role if a runtime endpoint is using it. And you cannot delete a cognito if the gateway authorizer refers it. So it is very important in any system that you create, you understand it thoroughly so that you know what to delete first and what to delete next. So we will go in reverse dependency order. First it will be memory, which is independent. Then we will have runtime, which depends on execution rule. Then we have gateway and policy. This will depend on targets. Then we will have security, IAM roles, cognito, and secrets. And lastly, we will have observability, which is like CloudWatch logs and local files. So this mirrors real production decommissioning. You will tear down from top of the stack to down of the foundation. So let's start from cleaning up the memory first, AgentCore memory. And it's straightforward. This will delete the memory resource, all stored data, customer preference, semantic facts, conversational history, everything. So in real time, you want to think carefully because maybe you need to export customer data before deletion for some GDPR or data retention policy, or other agents or services referring to this memory can be checked also. So should you do a soft delete versus a hard delete? That is the call that you make in production. For our workshop, we will do a hard delete because we don't require it anytime. Okay, so memory has been cleaned. All those customer preferences facts stored in lab 2 are gone, which brings up on another sustainable point. Storing embedding infinitely cost money and energy. So regular data lifecycle management, archiving old data, purging unused vector is part of sustainable AI operations. Now let's move on to clean up the runtime. So cleaning up runtime, this is a big one for a cost perspective. This will remove the runtime endpoint itself, no more auto-scaling compute, the ECR repository and Docker images, it will be freed, and associated networking, load balancer configuration, those all will be. So let me quickly run this up. Perfect. So runtime is clear, our production endpoint is gone, zero computing running, zero cost occurring, and zero energy consumed. Next is policy engine and gateway from lab 3. And we are going to delete policy engine first. This is the CIDR policies. Then we will delete the gateway targets, and then we will delete the gateway itself. Remember, the gateway was our centralized MCP endpoint, serving tools to multiple agents. So in real time, multiple team scenarios, you would never delete a shared gateway without coordinating with all consuming teams. And this is why ownership matters. Who owns the gateway, who owns each target. If a customer support team is decommissioning, but the sales team is still using it, you need to create a handoff process. So this has been completely deleted. Let's move on step 5. So policy engine, before this, policy engine gateway are gone, no more MCP endpoint, no more CIDR policy. So in step 5, we are cleaning up security resources. This is where more orphaned resources are mostly having the vulnerabilities and can cause most of the damages. So 4 things will be happening over here. Firstly, we'll be deleting the execution role, which is removes the IAM role with bedrock, gateway, and memory permissions. So all orphaned IAM roles with broad permissions in a security incidents will be deleted. So next would be SSM parameter store. So this will remove the stored references. So steal SSM parameter, confuse future deployments. And cognito cleanup. So we will remove the user pool and client that are present in the cognito cleanup. And this is really important because this is a vulnerability that can happen because of the security reason. And then we will have secrets deletion. So this will remove all the stored credentials from secret manager. So let me quickly delete it. Perfect. So now let's move to the step 6 and 7, which is very simple. So we are going to delete our local files that can be a generated Docker files, YAML config, written Python files, small disk footprints, but importantly is cleaning up the development environment. And then we will also delete the observability, which is more on removing the CloudWatch logs. And here's the sustainable consideration. I have seen most of the teams are using CloudWatch logs, but by default it stores indefinitely. So if you don't set the retention policy, this CloudWatch will store your data for infinite time. And use case to use case, you should be aware that what is the retention that you have to keep. For example, you can keep 30 days for development, 90 days for production, and whatever makes sense for your compliance requirement. And you can also move this log groups to a more precise memory if it is not being accessed frequently. So let me quickly run both this. Perfect. Perfect. Both are done. So I think all things are complete. So our AWS account is back to baseline, 0 orphaned resource, 0 ongoing cost, 0 unnecessary energy consumption. So now before I close out the series, let me give you with my sustainable AI principle. These aren't just for cleanup labs. This should guide every decision you make as an AI engineer. So principle 1, right size the solution. Not every problem needs an LLM. A simple regex can validate an email, a database query can look up an order status, a cached FAQ can answer 80% of supported questions. So reserve the agent for problem that actually needs reasoning. Ask yourself, if the question can be answered directly, do we need LLM for that? Principle 2, right size of the model. Not every agent call needs the largest model. For example, you can use Nova Lite for simple routing and use large model for complex reasoning. So this will cascade, start small and escalate when needed. Principle 3, clean up what you don't use. And principle 4, cache aggressively. So if 100 customers are asking what's your return policy in a day, so that's 100 LLM invocations giving the same answer. So try to cache common use cases, use semantic similarity to detect duplicate questions, and every cached response is not a prompt. It won't be sending to your GPU. It will be serving it with least latency and upfront to the user. Principle 5, measure and be accountable. Track your per query energy cost, track your idle resource cost, make it visible. Teams that see their consumption reduce it. Teams that don't see, they waste it. Principle 6 will be design for decommission. When you create a resource, document how to delete it. When you deploy an agent, plan for its sunset. Nothing in technology lasts forever. And build the off switch the same day you build the on switch. These are my small tips. So thank you for spending this time with me, whether you have watched one lab or all 7. I hope you walk away not just knowing how to build AI agents, but why it matters to build it thoughtfully. I am Vijender Singh and this has been Bedrock AgentCore workshop series. Go build something amazing. Thank you very much and see you again. Bye.